And this is what I appreciate about her so much and love her so much for. She's definitely got a can-do attitude, and one that is focused on helping others. Hey, it's Lance McGowan here, and I wanted to share with you an email that I got from one of my business builders in doTERRA, and just, it was very heartfelt. You know, I like to reach out to my business builders and see how they're doing, and this is what she said, and it really kind of moved me at the same time, and here we go. All right, so I had previously sent an email just to kind of say, hey, what's going on, girl? What you been up to? You know, and she basically said, we just returned home from China with our little girl about a week and a half ago. We're still trying to adjust back to our own time, which has been tough on our little girl not being able to see daylight, and I think her internal clock is strong. That's right. That happens when you travel, right? I can't remember if I told you she is blind. And what an amazing and resilient little girl. She is adapting well, teaching us so much every day. And this is so powerful. They have a family, and they're adopting another girl from China, and the fact that she's blind, I mean, it's just so much love that they're able to give to a child that's not theirs, and that's really powerful, I think. She goes on to say, Lance, I have to say how badly I feel so far my doTERRA journey is not producing fruit. I guess when you are so excited about something, you think, or at least hope it will rub off onto those you talk to. I knew when I began that my resources were small, and they continue to be. But I think of the vast world of social media and the connections it can bring. So when she originally found out about me, she was between a few people in doTERRA. She was thinking about it, and she wanted to do more YouTube videos and kind of do everything. But she's a mom, she's a grandmom, you know, she's adopted a child, she's got a lot of things going on. And for me, you know, I did respond back to her in another email, but it was just like, I'm just glad that you're a part of the family, and I'm just glad that you're using oils and able to help your children, your husband, your adopted children, and even grandkids, you know, like, or future grandkids, you know, like, that's a lot right there. That's a win, you know, like, and I told her it's not about making money or hitting that rank in doTERRA. It's just, how can you just help yourself and help other people, and just reassure her that, you know, that's my approach. I got a very non-pressure approach. It's just continue to help you, you know, like, and that's the most powerful thing. So I said that in, you know, lesser words, but that's basically, you know, but it is how I feel. Like, it's about just loving on people, right? Loving yourself and loving on other people. All right. She goes on to say, this is my resource, and one day with God's blessings, perhaps I will get to see some fruit start to produce. I am not giving up. I love the products and all that they do for us, and I want to continue to share that with all who will listen. That's amazing. It's all about finding your why, which we talked about. It's about using the products, becoming a super user or a product of the product, and continuing to share naturally as you hear things with other people pop up. And that's how to grow organically. And it's just belly to belly, face to face, you know, just talking to people that way. And she says, I am very used to climbing mountains and long roads, but what does concern my heart is where you placed me. Didn't you put me on your front line? And the answer is yes, because she had potential. And she was actually replacing somebody else who on my team who wasn't actually was inactive and wasn't purchasing or doing the business at all anymore. And so yeah, and so she kind of stepped into a good spot, and we worked that out, and that happened, and it worked out really well. And so, but she says here, I am so concerned about holding you back from where you are trying to get. If you need to readjust my position to better where you are trying to be, don't know if that is possible, but you have my full blessing if that need be. I'm going to continue to work the business. That's not necessary, so she can stay where she's at. She's all good. I'm going to continue to work the business, and unable to see the future, I do keep the thought and goal in mind to keep in there for 3 to 5 years, as well as the learnings that you have to go through at least 100 no's to get a yes. Yeah, it does take a lot of people. It takes roughly, 60% of sales are done after the 5th touch, and so it does take a lot of relationship building and a lot of education and just really loving on people and having experiences with the oils to really get them to become wholesale customers or eventually wellness advocates, which is a smaller percent. So yeah, she's definitely got the right attitude, and this is what I appreciate about her so much and love her so much for. She's definitely got a can-do attitude, and one that is focused on helping others. And this is something that I've reminded myself a lot and others. And it's all about the process. How do we become a better version of ourselves, or the best version of ourselves as much as we can throughout the process? And yes, the destination of a higher income or higher rank or more recognition or whatever it is, or lifestyle achievements or milestones is great. It's awesome. Love that. But who are we becoming along the way? Are we becoming a better version of ourselves? More honest, more responsible, more reasonable, right? More loving, more patient, more kind, and that's what I focus on for myself, and it's so great to be a part of her wellness journey and see her in that. And but yeah, so we'll continue here. In my case, I can't pound the pavement like maybe some others, but I can be alert for opportunities as they come and use my social media as best as possible. I hope you are super well and full of blessings. And then she goes on to close here. So nice of you to check in on me. I took the peace and cheer touch with me to China and used them on her, and could see a calm come to her at stressful moments. Awesome. She says, I brought my diffuser and ran it almost continuously in our hotel rooms, ran wild orange, some on guard, and lavender at night. It was all so helpful. I'm so excited to do more. And she says, have a wonderful day, Lance. Hope you're doing great. So first of all, I love you. Thank you so much for sending this email, and thank you all for watching this and being a part of this as well. Again, it's about the process, who you become along the way, not always the destination. Destinations are great. You know, I'm one to say, like, goals are just wish lists if you never execute, right? So we definitely should have goals in life, and if you're bored, that means you don't have enough goals. So it's always good to have goals. And you know, after I read something like this, it's kind of refreshing to me, because you've probably seen some of my other videos, or maybe this is the first time you're seeing me, but you know, I do cover more objection or like hater video topics too, but this one is just full of just heartfelt love, and I just appreciate her so much and love her so much, and I'm glad that she's a part of my life as well, and that she is trying to be the best mom and wife and grandmom that she can be, and it's so great to see. It's very refreshing, and I hope you got some value out of this too, and know that I love you too. Yes, and that it's so important to have people in your life that lift you up and make you and raise your average, so to speak, right? I'll end with saying Jim Rohn's quote says, you're an average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And so who are those people? And yes, we live in different states, and she watches more of me on YouTube than you know I get to see of her, but it's still being able to surround yourself with people that raise your average, that make you a better version of yourself, and it's so important that we connect on a lot of different ways, right? We got the spiritual element, we have the oils element, we have the family element. It's cool. There's just so many things, and yeah, awesomeness. Cool. Well, thank you so much for watching and being a part of that. And if you enjoyed today's video or got some value out of it, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe for future video updates, and check out some of the links in my description below so you can continue to get your learn on or keep the education trend going. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video.